We're going to start off with La Liga, and with La Liga means we're going to have Martin Green, and as I said, Number Juan, who's next to me, and this boy is absolutely sizzling. Number Juan, do you just want to give him a little taste of what you've been doing recently?
Well, I've been studying the games, looking some patterns. Yeah, it's going fine. It's going great, especially considering that Real Madrid is having such great games. That helps a lot, especially to bettors, because Real Madrid is a big house. It's the biggest team in the city.
Do you find with the more success that you have, the more you look and the more you analyze?
Yeah, definitely, because you are motivated to do it. And look in different angles, to look in different ways to find the margin, the profit. Sometimes the straight winning is not enough, so you need to look for under 4.5 goals, both teams to score, take a little bit of risk, especially if you're winning. You can have that edge.
Do you find that since the start of this the program earlier on in the season that you look more for value than the obvious?
Yes, definitely. I have improved a lot in that sense. And well, thankfully to Flash and Marty you have helped me a lot. So yeah, definitely I'm not looking for the obvious. I'm looking for margin, profit.
No, exactly. And then the thing is, if you get one at 3.4 and it comes in and it affords you two losers, and you can still make profit. Martin, how's La Liga treating you?
Pretty good, thanks, Flash. Yeah, made a little profit at the weekend. Problem I've had is that I haven't been betting on Real Madrid, so I'm going to address that now, and I'm going to start betting on them. I was unconvinced for a few weeks. They had a few draws when I thought they would win. Things weren't looking great, but I think they're looking very, very solid now. So I'm going to jump aboard the Real Madrid train and hope that it carries me towards the land of profit, just like Number Juan.
Okay, before we have a look at the records, I don't expect them to pop up, Rafa. Do we like Real Madrid at plus 1,600 for the Champions League, Martin?
I don't see why not. They've always been one of my outside sort of picks for the Champions League. It seems a bit silly to call Real Madrid an outsider when they're one of the best teams in Europe, and they won it in 3 of the last 4 years. But they were kind of underdogs heading into the season. I think it was always going to take Zidane a bit of time to get this team up to the standard that he wants from it. And he's got there now. They're looking very, very solid defensively. They've got a lot of players that know how to get the job done in Europe. It's just whether they can score the goals. And if Hazard comes back and plays like Ronaldo used to, then they definitely can win it. Just going to see a bit of dynamism from the attackers could carry them over the line.
Number Juan, do you like the 1,600 plus 1,600 about Real Madrid in Champions League?
I agree with everything Martin said. I will just wait on how Hazard is going to do it, because so far he hasn't shown a lot. He comes from an injury. He's going to start playing again. So I will wait a few games on Hazard momentum, his shape, his form, and definitely maybe put some action in that plus 1,600. That's really attractive, especially considering that Zidane is on as the coach, and Zidane is just like, he's a star in the Champions League. He was born for it.
No, I must agree. And in fact, I'm going to press the button straight after this show. Rafa, can you have a look? La Liga record, please. There it is, the overall record. Average price of 202. I always say it. The boys give you value. Profit 14.6, that's not too shabby at this stage of the season. And obviously you keep looking at the big guns because they cannot afford to slip up. So you go with your Barcelona, your Sevilla, your Atletico Madrid and your Real Madrid, and it's finding how they're going to win games, because they are going to win games. Individual records, please, Rafa. And we go with Martin, 4.1, steady as a rock, sitting in the middle of the pack with profit. But Number Juan, 10.5, average price of 2.1. How you have grown, my lad. You come here with 1.4 bankers. Now your average price is 2.1 and 10.5 units in profit. I'm going to start with you, Number Juan. I'm going to go with Getafe at 2.06 plus 106, a draw 3.38, which is plus 238. And Valencia at 3.33, which is plus 233. What way do you want to go? The hot Number Juan.
I'm going straight win, Getafe to win at 1.95. That's
well, that's yours. Yeah, I mean, that's yours, 1.95. If you shop around a bit, it's 2.06.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
don't be lazy.
better.
What you're doing is you're going down the shops and buying a loaf of bread for like $2. If you went a bit further down, you'd get it for for like $1.85.
like
So
even better.
listen, 2.06 you can have, which is plus 106. Is there any reason you're going for Getafe?
Yes, it is. Getafe had a great game against Bilbao in the past weekend. I was surprised by it. I said, man, they're playing great, especially considering this Angel Rodriguez. There is a great scorer, is the top scorer in the team, and he's even being mentioned in Barcelona. They might want to hire him, but so far he's in Getafe. And the last game, Getafe versus Valencia, at Getafe's home, ended up in a Getafe victory, and I don't doubt it's going to end up the same. So the 2.06 is great, even better than mine. So yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay, well, Martin, he's gone for Getafe at 2.06. I don't like going against Valencia. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm always a bit nervous going against Valencia as well. They're quite an inconsistent team. They've had a few good results lately. They were my banker last weekend. Unfortunately, they scraped victory against Celta Vigo. But I have also been very impressed with Getafe this season. Bet on them quite a number of times, and I think they're going to finish the campaign strong. They're up to third in the table after that win that was just mentioned, playing very good football. I just think we should see a pretty good game here. Like Number Juan said, Getafe have Angel Rodriguez up front, but they've got a lot of good attacking options, and he's done well shuffling the pack throughout the season, keeping them fresh, keeping them dynamic up front. They're not quite as strong defensively as they were last season, although they have come into this game on the back of 3 consecutive clean sheets. But I think Valencia have what it takes to score against Getafe in this game. I'm kind of going against the grain with my tip, but I'm going for both teams to score, which is 2.15. Bookmakers aren't convinced, but I think we could see a good sort of goal-scoring game here with both teams really going for it. So both teams to score for me, 2.15 or plus 115.
Yeah, and that's not even both teams to score and over 2.5. That's just both teams to score. And I look at the game and I think Valencia will bring something to the party. I think they contribute. So I like that. I like that. I think it's quite safe, and you're obviously going to get 90 minutes worth of value. I'm going to stay with you, Martin. You've gone for Valladolid at 3.26 plus 226, a draw 3.28, which is plus 228, and Villarreal at 2.4 plus 140. Another close game.
It does look like a close game. Villarreal really have emerged as the form team in La Liga, though, recently. They've actually won 9 of their last 10 games in all competitions, which is exceptional form from them, really. Bringing in Alcácer looks like a real stroke of genius. He was great for Dortmund last season, and I was kind of surprised that they let him go, really. Santi Cazorla is a creative genius. Problem that they've had is conceding too many goals, but they're looking a little bit better on that front. My only concern here is that Valladolid have only lost twice at home this season, but they very rarely win at home. So I think I'm pretty safe going with Villarreal, draw no bet in this one at odds of 1.75.
1.75, Villarreal, draw no bet. Okay, Number Juan. Real Sociedad 2.17, which is plus 117. The draw at 3.32, which is plus 232. Bilbao 3.76 plus 2.76. You normally like Bilbao, but I fancy you'll go with a home side.
Yeah, Bilbao has been letting me down the last few weeks, so I'm staying away from them, and I'm going to choose Real Sociedad to win at 2.2 or plus 120. Bilbao away record has only 1 win this season, so I'm not expecting a great game from Bilbao team. And the last game on Sociedad homes versus Bilbao ended up in a victory for the home side. And Sociedad has 3 home matches in a row winning. They're playing great. Odegaard is great player. They're asking already in Real Madrid for turning to go back for next season. So yeah, Sociedad to win, easy.
I thought you was going to go Sociedad to win and both teams to score, because Real Sociedad don't keep clean sheets. They like to get involved in a scrap. Both teams to score, the Alex Classic and Real Sociedad to win, and both teams to score there, which will probably be way above plus 200. Martin, Osasuna 5.25, big price for the home side, plus 425. The draw at 4.5, plus 350, and Real Madrid at 1.55, which is minus 183. Real Madrid, as we said, they come to the fore at this time of the year, and it's their title to lose now. Yeah,
the Real Madrid machine is really kicked into gear. They're looking very, very solid at the back. I've always thought that Real Madrid should have a better defensive record than they do with the quality of centre-backs that they've got and a very strong midfield in front of them that can control the ball. And that's the sort of style of play that Zidane's gone with this season. They're not quite as exciting going forward as they once were with Ronaldo up top, but they're grinding out results. They're getting the job done. I think they'll keep the winning streak going against an Osasuna side that, look okay, but they were humbled against Villarreal last weekend, sort of comfortable in mid-table. They're not really fighting for anything. Real Madrid are just 3 points clear of Barcelona, so I think they're going to have greater motivation to win this one. And I'm just going to go pretty simple. Real Madrid to win and over 1.5 goals at odds of 1.8, just because I think that Osasuna's defence is leaky enough to concede at least 2 in this one.
Okay, number one, Real Madrid and over 1.5 goals at 1.8, which is around minus 125 for Martin. And where are you going?
I'm going with Real Madrid, Asian handicap -1. Speaking of winning streak, they have over 8 games winning. And the last 10 away matches, they don't know loss. Real Madrid is playing fantastic. And I guess Osasuna, the last 6 games between each other, all end up for victory to Los Blancos. So I will not be surprised at all if Real Madrid machinery keeps on going and going because they're playing great. And let's hope so Hazard comes back. If not, they have Rodrigo, they have Vinicius, they have Modric, they have just fantastic players. And Benzema is also having a great season. So yeah, Real Madrid -1 at 1.92.
1.92?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's around
minus
109, yeah.
-1.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good value for both of them because Real Madrid and over 1.5 at 1.8 has to come in if number Juan is right at 1.92, so you could do them both and sit there with double winners. Okay, I'm going to stay with you, number one. Real Betis at 4.4, which is plus 340. The draw at 4.0, which is plus 300. And Barcelona at 1.81, minus 123. Do we complicate it, number one, or do we just take the Barcelona at 1.81?
Oh, no. I'm going big this time.
Big?
Yes, big. I'm choosing Barcelona to win, a both team to score at 3.2. That's around what? Plus 320?
Plus 220, yeah.
Yes, so Real Betis, last home win against Barcelona was in 2011. So I'm not expecting for Betis to win. But I'm expecting for Betis to score goals, as Barcelona too. And the last 3 games between each other, both teams score. And Barcelona won. So Barcelona needs a win. They are in a dire situation. They're having conflicts between Bartomeu, Vidal. They're having issues. But what better way to clean the table, to start fresh, to start winning again? They won the last 2 games. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think the third game is going to be great for them, for Messi, for Antoine Griezmann, and this great kid, the Wonder Boy, Ansu Fati. So yeah, both teams to score and Barcelona to win.
Wow, 3.2. Can you follow that, Martin? We don't often hear you with 3.2s unless it's a draw.
Yeah, I went for a draw in the Madrid derby last weekend at 3.6. Sadly, didn't come in for me because of the great form of Real Madrid that we've already mentioned. I do think Barcelona can get the job done here. Interesting to see a lot of the money actually going on Real Betis to win this game at the high odds. I guess because they're the home team and Barcelona have been a bit shaky on the road. But when you see those sort of prices on Barcelona, I can't resist betting on them. They should really be vastly superior to Real Betis in every department. They won convincingly when they visited here last season, beat them 5-2 at the start of the current campaign. I like number Juan's bet. It sounds good. I'm not going to go that bold, I'm afraid. I'm just going for a straight Barcelona win at odds of 1.83. I think they'll get the job done. Just not quite sure how they'll do it because Suarez is out, Dembele's out. It might be required that they just win by a goal or 2 and shut up shop at the back. So I'm just going to keep it simple. Straight win for Barcelona.
Okay, Barcelona and Real Madrid just to win the games as well will be a nice parlay. Martin, can you give me your banker?
Oh, I will go with... it's got to be Real Madrid now that we've bigged them up so much. Real Madrid, over 1.5 goals, yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I'd already starred it. I knew that you was going to go with that banker. Okay, number one, have you got a banker?
Yes, the Barcelona one. Barcelona.
A banker at 3.2?
Yes.
You need to go and have a lay down. You've gone all gun-ho.
Why not?
You've gone all bonkers on me. You've gone from
I went
1.4
for
bankers to
bigger
3.2. We love that. We love that. And play up your bankroll. You're 10.7 you're up? 10.7?
Yes.
You're loving that, aren't you?
I like it. I'm going for the 20.
And obviously you've got your little mate at home that you get out the cupboard and every now and again. Is he happy with his selections? Has he been sacked?
No. He's there. He's having a suntan right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that
Beautiful
like
day here in Costa Rica.
Is that yeah? Oh, he's a natural one. He hasn't gone to like a solarium and a spa day.
No, I just throw him the roof.
No, throw him on the roof. He's not tied up though.
I gave him some water.
Good lad. Just out of reach, just so that if he's good, you would like let him get closer to it.
A little bit of drops
That's
every
it.
now and then.
That's what we like. That's what we like. That's what they say. We like to leche la bookmakers. Okay, Martin. Great stuff. We'll see you tomorrow with Premier League punters, even though we've only got 4 fixtures. Number one, keep up the great work. And we're all going to be cheering on Barcelona to win and both teams to score. Number one's banker at 3.2.
Yes.
Cheers, number one. Cheers, Martin. You take care of that. It's La Liga. That's La Liga sorted out. Remember, Real Madrid lead by just 3 points from Barcelona.